Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Arvind Speaks. And today I'm coming up with the second episode of Talking Optimism. And this is another interaction with one of my friends from Dublin. As you know the format now, I have asked him 5 questions and topped it up with a quick rapid fire. But before you listen to the episode, I have a little request for you all. A small request. It's just that the podcast now has an Instagram page, right? Some of you already know it, some of you don't know it. So we have an Instagram page and it's called Arvind Speaks Podcast. And my request for you is to go follow the page to know what's coming up next on the podcast. Instead of asking me what's coming up, you will know what's coming up next on the podcast by just following the Instagram page. You got it right? I hope you follow it. It'll be good. And let's jump into the episode Talking Optimism with Vijay, Aditya, Maranganti. And for all of you who doesn't know Vijay, Vijay Aditya is an Indian origin living and working in the country of Ireland. He's currently working for a financial services company as a cloud data analyst. Vijay is a big-time travel enthusiast and he's been living in Ireland for the last 5 years now. And during his stay in Ireland, he has visited a lot of tourist attractions and been to more than 10 countries. And before going to Ireland, he has worked in digital marketing for a few years. And in Ireland, he did his master's from the National College of Ireland. His hobbies include traveling, hiking, photography, yes, and camping in the woods. And more recently, he's got married. Congratulations, Vijay. And his better half is currently pursuing certification in technical training domain. So let's welcome him onto the show.
Yeah.
How are you, Aditya? Should I call you Vijay or Aditya now?
Hey, Arvind. I'm good. Vijay should be fine. Hey, listeners. Hope you're all doing fine.
Perfect. So, Vijay, you might have already aware that I'll be asking you a few questions. I hope you have the answer to them, and for all the listeners as well. So, if you're ready, I'll ask you the first question.
Sure. Please do go ahead. Yeah, I'm ready.
Perfect. So, Vijay, could you tell me about the toughest challenge you experienced in the last decade, and then basically how did you overcome it and all?
There were like many situations in the past decade like that seemed challenging to me, but looking back on them today might appear silly. But overcoming them at that time was a bit difficult. One such challenge I faced in the past decade was getting a full-time job. At the time, it was like a demanding situation, and also it was a point that defines all my hardships for like nearly 3 years.
Was it in Ireland or India?
Yes, it was in Ireland. So prior to that, I was working in India, and then like I came to Ireland to pursue my masters, and then it followed. I started applying for jobs, and in the initial stages, it was like I got rejections before even attending an interview. So that phase pressurized me and made me feel low. Like during that point, I felt like a strong need to survive the rejection and like stay optimistic, to remain confident and positive. I did some homework about the technologies and organizations that use these technologies. I created a job search plan, made a note about the number of applications I need to send per week. I updated my profile on job search portals such as LinkedIn. I read a lot of articles about like frequently asked interview questions, gave myself a pep talk to boost my self confidence. Like this process helped me to focus and stay positive towards achieving my goal, which happened like 2 years ago eventually.
Yeah,
I'm really happy.
Great to know. Yeah, that's great to know as well. And could you tell me, Aditya, I just want to ask how many applications were you like? How many
jobs were you applying for a week, if you remember?
Yeah, I kept a goal about like 10 applications per week at least. So, like, the very next week I would go and search, like, uh, it, depending on the response I get from the previous week or, like, 2 weeks before, I used to like update my profile, and then I used to read a lot on like uh, what would be a better way, or like, to represent your career path, or like to say in your cover letter, things like that.
So
So I did
you're applying like 10 jobs contextually, like to your profile, contextual to your profile.
Yeah, in the profile I wanted a job in, which is like a data
Perfect,
analyst. So
perfect. And that's good. That's good to know. Thank you for the answer. And my second question to you is,
sure.
is there any specific thing you want to do once it's all normal? Because I know that it's not easy. It's not a good time. It's not a very pleasant time in Ireland as well as in India as well, and all over the globe. So, is there any specific thing that you want to do once it becomes all normal?
Well, yeah, I would say, yeah, definitely. Like, mountain recreation has always been my passion. I
That's
like
great.
hiking and spending time outdoors because it also proves beneficial for both physical and mental health.
That's
Uh,
true.
yeah, this is all. This is like, this also, like, helps to discover new corners. I also like experiencing sunrise and sunsets from hilltop, and this passion of mine totally serves that purpose. So once things get back to normal, I would like to visit Montpellier Hill. It is a campsite with a view of entire Dublin city. It's
Oh.
in Dublin Mountains. Yeah, you might have heard about it by the
Yes.
name of,
I think
yeah,
you might have
Hellfire
been
Club.
there once, I guess, right?
Yeah, yeah, it's Hellfire Club. Remember?
Yeah, I heard of
It
it.
has
I
like,
mean, I think I've been to Wicklow Mountains, but not exactly
yeah,
the Dublin Mountains, I guess.
yeah,
But
well, yeah,
that's very good. I know that you're like outdoor guy, so you like to you know get into the woods sometimes once in a while, like pleasant places. So that's good. That's
yeah.
great. And my third question now would be uh, this is like I know that you're kind of want to travel. I mean, you travel
Yeah.
for business purposes as well as you travel with friends and family. So how are you overcoming the urge to travel now? I mean, how are you coping with the restrictions and lockdown so that the listeners uh, might get value out of your experience?
Well, this is like the toughest one to answer. Uh, I'd say like I am a bit of a travel enthusiast, like who has visited around 16 countries in span of just 2 years, and
Yeah,
like,
that's great.
yeah, I would, yeah, like just if at all last year was open, I would have like been, I would have at least visited more places. But yeah, it is a challenge for me as well. Uh, to realize, like, because I have realized the importance of traveling, so it is a challenge for me to overcome this urge to travel with the COVID pandemic hitting the world, with lockdown and restrictions, not only just in Ireland but also like entire world. But in the beginning it felt like, this would be just like a small thing and it would pass away very fast. But because of because of the cases, and like, lockdowns were imposed, like continuing till the end of the year. So my plans for travel, like, the plans which I made before the pandemic even started, were like, falling to pieces. I would say, like, at least 3 or 4 trips I have planned and I have to cancel the flights. Well, that is when, like, it first triggered me. I got an idea of something relating to my travel experience. So
Mhm.
what I did was, like, I created a personal blog on Instagram with the profile name of the Brown Hudophile. Like, in this profile, I know I share my experiences, like all the
Could you
countries.
please repeat that again? What's the name? Could you please spell it?
The Brown Hudophile. Hudophile means a guy, or like a person who loves travel.
Perfect. Could you please spell it so that the listeners and even I want to follow now?
Yeah,
It's
it's
the
the
Brown,
Brown.
DHEBROWN.
Yeah, Hudophile. HODOPHILE.
HODOPHILD. Perfect.
Yeah. So in this profile, what I do is like, I share my travel experiences, the food I have tried, or all the folk festivals, cultural festivals I have attended, whatever videos or photos I have taken. I have saved everything in my cloud. So I just share them along with the story that comes along with that pic, or like, my experience over there. How was it? Things like that. It would uh, like, it's basically like, it also helps me to like, go back and like, recall my memory, and
Perfect
then like,
memories and
say
all.
that, yeah.
Like you like to feel grateful and to what you
Yeah,
already done and to feel
exactly.
motivated every single day. That's great.
Yeah, this has been like a better way of support for me to cope up with the current restrictions.
Perfect. That's good. Yeah. So my fourth question now. Now
Sure.
the question is because the show is called Talking Optimism. So I just want to
True.
ask your opinion. Is being optimistic good? If so, I mean, why do you think being optimistic is good? And how do you describe yourself? Like optimistic or more practical, or how do you describe yourself?
Mm, Of course, yes. I would say like being optimistic is good because optimism is the foundation of growth. Uh, Being optimistic attitude helps to let the person like, have very less negative emotions.
Cool. Yeah.
Like you don't have a fear of failure, as you see failure as a new start, or you can say like, you learn from your failures, or like you will learn from your mistakes. I won't say failures, you learn from your mistakes. It also helps for better productivity and problem solving during stressful situations as well. It can promote one's self-respect and also integrity,
Yes.
and yeah, it also increases motivation to achieve things.
Like achieve new things. Yes.
Yeah, being, I mean, I'd say like, having an optimistic mindset would solve most of the issues like easily. It also helps strengthen relationships, and yeah, a lot of researchers as well, like, prove that it is a good influence on the health as well. But if you ask me what kind of mindset I have, I'd say like mostly optimistic, but sometimes I also uh, like to think in a different perspective. Like, if everyone were like optimistic, you won't have parachutes in a flight, or you won't see flight attendants giving you instructions before a flight. So
Yes. Yes.
sometimes it's actually good to have a different kind of mindset, so that you don't overlook yourself, and then you are prepared for like, any unpredictable events that may come. This is
Yes.
also like, a reason why uh, most people like, before they go ahead and like do a planning, or like, jump on to something, they also have a plan B, or what you call like a
Yes.
fail safe.
Like yeah, preparing for not so good
Exactly.
upcoming, right?
Yeah, exactly. You have to be always prepared. So yeah.
Perfect. That's good to know. Okay, you're doing well. And my final question, Aditya.
Yeah.
So, generally speaking, do you see yourself changing in 30s? Like we both. I guess you got into 30s as well now.
Yes.
So, do you see yourself changing in 30s? Like, have you got any new hobbies? Are any new
Yeah.
things you want to pursue in this decade? So, could you please share about your
Yeah, sure,
perspective?
sure. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Well, things do change over time. I would say that firstly, but
Yes.
yeah. So I did observe like a lot of personality changes that I have been through after, like, after I got 30. Say like simply, I can say like, I gain more patience towards like listening and being socially adaptable. So also I gave a thought before, like, I always give a thought before I respond to anyone, and like, I do take a lot of calculated risks compared to before. Like
So, were you
previously,
taking more risks in your 20s compared
yeah. So like it was more like a reckless way, but now I am
to
thinking
like more
before.
more calculated? kind of.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I would say.
Okay.
Well, not only that, like, if you ask me about the newer hobbies, yeah, I have some new hobbies like photography, blogging, like I just said, and yeah, I'm going through like a daily routine, like exercise routine for my physical fitness, and also I like going towards some place where you can just enjoy nature and like things like that.
Okay. That's good.
So I would like to like elaborate more on like on these points if it's okay with you.
Yeah, sure, please.
Well then I would say like
Like the listeners will love it because I see
sure,
a
sure.
lot of listeners of my podcast are in the same age group of late 20s and early 30s, to be honest with you, so they'll definitely
Cool.
like you what you're about to say.
Well, yeah, I would like to begin with one of my new hobby, which is like blogging. Like I said before, I created a profile and I started writing. In the beginning, like for a week or so, I was just thinking like which platform to choose and like how to write it, how to go about it. I did consult like a couple of bloggers who have been doing this. What they suggested is like just go with it. You don't have to overthink it. Just start writing something.
Yes.
Within a week or two you learn by yourself like how to better present whatever words you are trying to say, or like whatever information you are trying to share. So yeah, that's what I did, like instead of like overthinking it, I just created a profile on Instagram, and then I started writing. It really feels good, like a, like
Yes.
you get to overlook what you have done before, and b, you actually like like whenever you're writing something you feel that small joy, like because you have that memory, you have been to that place, like, or you
Yes.
have already experienced that. So it's a good thing to like write about your experiences or like your thoughts.
Perfect.
So
So
yeah,
so all the listeners who are trying to or thinking of writing, just start writing, right?
definitely I would suggest that.
Perfect.
Cool. And also I would say like exercise. Yeah, I have made like a daily routine. Like there are some paths over here, so I just created like a daily routine. Depending on the weather, I choose that path, and then I just run in that path. So fitness should be like one of the like daily routine for everyone, irrespective of age.
Yes.
So that's for sure. And like regarding photography, I have been always like fond of photography, but with the technology like we have now, like
I'm
you
curious
see.
about the exercise part, just to make sure,
Yeah,
because we are
sure,
all
sure.
staying at home. So what were you doing? Were you doing more of like a dumbbell sort of thing, or like upper body or lower body, or you're following any portals or any videos, or or do you have a personal coach or something? How are you doing it?
So well, you know, like how it has been, like the gyms aren't open since a while now, so
Yeah.
you can't go outside for fitness. But luckily enough, the government here, they have actually spent some money and provided like outdoor fitness parks. I
Okay.
really appreciate that. They did
That's
yeah, tremendous work on that.
that's
So
wonderful, actually. Yes.
yeah, so like most of the days, like I go there and then I just like run around the track, and then there's some machines available if you want to do like all I won't say like latest machines. It's all like the traditional ones, like which people used to use like long time back, and the
Mhm.
easiest ones. I would normally do that. I also have some dumbbells and etc at my home,
Mhm.
but I do that, like that I use like at least once or twice a week. So that's like my daily routine of
Perfect.
exercise.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's talk about photography. Yeah, you're saying about
Oh
photography.
yeah. So yeah, photography. I would say like I was saying like now that we have a lot of new technologies, like everyone has a smartphone with a really good camera.
Mhm.
So what I've done is like I watched a lot of videos on social media where people actually say like how to take better pictures or like better videos with your phone, how to lock your settings, etc. So I did watch a lot of videos. I did learn a few things about my smartphone camera, and also I have a camera, so I also learned a bit more about that professional camera. And yeah, it is like a interesting and creative hobby to say,
And
photography.
I have to say this here.
Yeah.
Aditya has one of the. I mean, among my mates, Aditya's Instagram, your photos were like one of the best photos I get to see. I mean, during and I might have already told you this. Probably in France or where you have your backpack and you're looking back.
Yeah.
That photo was like the best, like in my opinion. So that was a good click.
Thanks a lot for that. Yeah. So moving on, like what I was saying is like there are plenty of resources online to upskill photography, and like they explain how different cameras and lenses work. So yeah, it's better like you actually if you try photography with your own equipment, it's like uh, you're learning like your phone, or like you're learning what your phone can do.
Perfect.
That's what even I did. So like I just learned a bit of how to like better snap pictures, or like better record videos. And I also learned a couple of video editing tools, which I sometimes like I record videos of a place in different angles, and I try to merge these videos like in a cinematic style, like you see these ads, right? So
Yes.
it's just like how would I say it? It's just like a practice.
Perfect. That's yeah, that's very good actually. And thank you so much, Aditya.
Sure.
I think you answered all of the questions perfectly, better than I expected, to be honest. And
Thank you for that.
TBH. So now this is a surprise.
Sure.
So now I have a rapid fire for you. So I'll be having 6 questions.
Okay.
Or 5 actually, 5 questions.
Sure.
And this is a rapid fire right there. You'll have to be quick, right?
Sure. I'll try my best.
Perfect. Let's start this. Now, do you like music? So this is not a question, I'm just asking.
Of course I do.
Perfect.
Of course I do.
So the question is hip hop or pop or EDM? Choose one.
Hip hop.
Perfect. Hip hop, yeah. And second one, camping outdoors or tour with a hotel booking?
Definitely camping outdoors.
I'm
not a hotel guy.
I expected that. That's good. And the third question, this is I'm curious about as well. So, wine or a craft beer?
If I'm in a countryside, I'd say wine. If I'm at like a brewery, then definitely craft beer.
Perfect. Okay. And now I have a question, because you're a travel, you like to travel. So now choose one out of these 3 destinations.
Cool.
Europe, would you like to travel around Europe, or Australia, or South America?
Wow. Can I say all the 3?
No, at least choose one, because the first one probably.
Well, my first priority would be Europe, because there's a lot of countries, and like every country you can learn about different cultures, and like their food habits are all different, and they all have like their own different cuisines. So yeah, Europe first, and then I would say like South America next, because well even they have a lot of different cultures, but not many as Europe.
Yeah,
it is like a vast continent, so you have a lot of
South America to me is like the most adventurous thing I would ever do, because if I ever go to.
Yeah, Brazil is in my list, and so is Machu Picchu from Peru. So yeah, and the third one would be Australia. So
perfect.
Definitely, yeah.
Now the last question is probably different to all the above, because nowadays there are restrictions, we are not going out. So
yeah,
what would you do when you have a time off? Like would you sleep on a couch or watch a movie?
I won't say like both. Like if I have time, I'll just try to like get my mind out of all the screen time. Like go out and have a walk properly.
Okay, if you have to stay at home, will you rather sleep on a couch or watch a movie?
Probably watch a movie.
Perfect. Okay, I got my answers.
Cool.
So it was very nice talking to Aditya. It's been a while.
Cool.
It's a different setup for both of us, I believe. And
Yeah.
thank you so much for accepting the request and doing this.
Thank you for the nice questions, and yeah, really nice talking to you again.
Perfect. So that's all, podcast listeners. That's Vijay Aditya, and I'll share his Instagram profile once again. So if you want to follow him, please do. And I promise you'll definitely see good content on it. Thank you so much, Aditya.
Sure, definitely.